Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one is actually to see who gets 3rd and 4th place in the Shadow Spring Tournament. It's best of 3 between me and DahvPlays. So it should be a fun one. So this is game 1, and as you can see, it's a repeat performance from this build from yesterday's replay. So, as you can see, I've got Graveguard in the front. Oh, I'm against Skaven, by the way, you know, just to let you know. So I've got Graveguard in the front, got my Sternsmen that just refuse to die, so all that anti-infantry, obviously great against Skaven. They don't exactly have a lot of cavalry, so, you know. Also got the Claw and a Gash. The Chilling Aura is brilliant, really negates them being able to run away so effectively. So that's lovely. Also, it damages and it heals all my guys, so it's pretty great. Also, Vargolf, yeah, that guy will just get stuck in and do a lot of damage to basically anything. It's pretty fantastic. Vargolf works wonders in this matchup, weirdly. It does great though. Also got a couple of bats just in case got warp lightning cannons, because of course I want to keep Manfred safe here while I get in and start dropping zombies on stuff. Also got Varix Reavers, you know, with their regeneration, and they're just insane charge bonus, really good speed for, you know, cavalry as effective as these guys. They're just fantastic, and they can pretty much, you know, sort of deal with things themselves with that regeneration. You don't have to babysit them. So as long as you sort of are opportunistic, it's great. I can just run away, you know, run down fleeing units and get rear charges on stuff without too many problems. So I love Varix Reavers in this matchup. Also, I've got the Tithe, so yeah, things are slightly different than the previous build. So I've got the Tithe instead of the 2 units of zombies, and also I saved a bit more money by only getting 2 Skeleton Spearmen instead of 3, but it means that I've managed to get these Direwolves as well, so I got them hidden away in the back. So, pretty handy. So, Darth has brought a similar build to the one I faced yesterday. So he's got the 2 Hell Pit Abominations, but he's gone with some heavier infantry. He's got Stormvermin in the back, and some Stormvermin with Halberds. He's also gone with sort of the classic trio that I tend to use when I'm playing Skaven. So he's got the Plague Priest on the Plague Furnace, he's got the Warlock Engineer, and he's got Lord Skrolk. So obviously Warlock Engineer with his Mortar Engine effect when he's in melee is always really handy, and Howling Warp Gale will be good for stopping any flying units such as Terrorgeist or, you know, Lords. So that's pretty great. Lord Skrolk with the Liber Bubonicus, obviously that always hurts, but without a cannon, I can kind of just take the Liber Bubonicus and just heal through it, because, you know, I've got Manfred in the air, so I don't really have to put him in any vulnerable positions. So Liber Bubonicus won't necessarily get the value that it would. You know, he can't really capitalise on particularly well because he doesn't have any ranged units, so that's pretty great for me. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, 2 Hell Pits, just cheap clan rats and stuff in the front line, and heavy infantry in the back. So let's speed things up. So bats are going in, scout. I was expecting gutter runners, honestly. I was expecting some gutter runners in this. I didn't realise these were all Stormvermin in the back. But yeah, I was expecting something ranged, but there was nothing. So anyway, I send my Varix Reavers down the side. All these are going to charge straight in. So that's pretty good. So here looks like the Hell Pit is going for the Claw and a Gash straight away. And is he going to hit? Oh no, he's getting knocked over a bit. That's great news. So the Vargolf is going to go in for the Hell Pit as I pull the Claw and a Gash out and around. Put some zombies down here to try and sort of either rear charge these guys or get in the way of the Stormvermin. I was hoping to get in the way more of the Stormvermin, didn't quite work. Liber Bubonicus is procced here, which is very annoying for me. Loads of skeletons getting sent flying there. And the Tithe at the moment is wrapping up the Hell Pit Abominations. So that's pretty great for me. So Fellbats are coming in, and the Direwolves are coming in. But, you know, you see a lot of Stormvermin in the back here, which is very scary. So really, I want to get this Claw and a Gash in here to deal with these Stormvermin. I got my Vargolf, has been trying to whittle away at the Plague Priest, because if I can kill him nice and early, that'll be great. Because those Scorches, you know, that he gets for free, and the Mortis Engine effect, and everything else, just, you really want to kill this guy. So the fact I've got a good armor-piercing unit, I want to get rid of him nice and early. Because that's definitely going to affect the balance of power as well. So I really want to deal with him. So here, I actually dive into here with Manfred, try and help, you know, break this stuff a little quicker. So Howling Warp Gale goes down on Manfred, but, you know, he's going to take off. He's not going to be able to stay stuck to the ground for too long. And you can see Hell Pit still coming in. So Mortis Engine actually getting in the way while he's trying to get to Manny, and Manny's now in the sky, so that's pretty great for me. So over on this side, I am actually losing. I tried to charge in the back to break some of this stuff, but really I've only managed to catch some Clan Rat Spears. The strength of, you know, Lord Skrolk, the Warlock Engineer, and the Hell Pit, as long, you know, and the Stormvermin, there's just a lot of strength over here that I have to worry about. So, you know, I've got my Graveguard fighting, you know, so it's alright. I'm holding him back for now. You see a lot of his units are getting terrified away and routing, so that's pretty cool. So that's nice. And now I'm going to come in with Varix Reavers. I wanted to bring him in slightly later, because, you know, I want to start just chasing fleeing units. Now that stuff is haggard, it'll just be one charge to break things again, and I can just yo-yo between things, make sure this stuff doesn't come back, because that's always annoying when Skaven come back in strength, so which they often do. So here you can see I've got some units crumbling here, Skeleton Spearmen aren't holding out. Getting some more damage into the Plague Priest, but it's taking some time. Hell Pit Abomination, try to deal with my Vargulf, but there's just a couple of skeletons here, a couple of Graveguard, and he's more keen to fight them, which is pretty great. Hell Pits do get... They really suffer when they're bogged down with stuff. They get very, you know, funny about what to target. Not very good at turning around. So that's why the Vargulf does so well here, because the Vargulf, it'll turn on a penny, you know, this thing's like a Fiat 500, it's great. So here, I'm kind of stuck fighting a Hell Pit Abomination for now, and I just get batted over there, which is a pity. So I need to get this Vargulf out of that fight, because without him being bogged down, he will be able to register some hits. So don't want that. So I'm chasing the Plague Priest a little bit. You see, I did actually use a Doom and Darkness on this unit of Storm Vermin to try and help break them. So that way my Varix Reavers could get in there and do a load of damage. You know, get rid of a pretty expensive unit there. And one that he's going to want, you know, later on. Storm Vermin with Halberds. I mean, most of my units that are really valuable are pretty, yeah, they're pretty big. So Halberds definitely help there. So really want to get rid of them. And it looks like I have for the most part, so that's good news. So, although they have rallied somehow. Pretty amazing. So, Mortis Engine, taking some damage. Rod of Corruption hitting him there. Rod of Corruption, just beautiful in this big blob. Scorch coming in as well, so Dahv being really, you know, clever to get as many AoE effects, just hitting this stuff. You know, try and break the leadership, try and get this stuff crumbling. That's really what you want to do. At the very least, it's going to help trigger, you know, that healing cap soon, so I won't be able to just keep regenerating through all this. So, still trying to take on the Plague Priest, but the Plague Priest will actually knock over the Vargulf if they're attacking side by side. That almost looked like friendly fire there. Hell Pit just came careening into the Plague Priest. Didn't do any damage, of course, but still, that was amusing. So, Varix Reavers chasing off stuff in the background. Really need to get them back into this fight. So, I actually charge in with Manfred. I was hoping to dive on top of this Warlock Engineer, but the Vargulf knocked him out of the way, so that's annoying. Because Warlock Engineers, they're not actually great in melee. You really want them supporting other things. So, once again, Howling Warp Gale on Manfred. And here, he does have the Hell Pits coming in to try and help, but I do manage to escape into the air. So that's pretty great. He just didn't have enough stuff bogging me down. So, you know, without him being in contact with anything, he's going to take off again. So, still, you know, got a load of Graveguard in here. Sternsmen nearing their healing cap, and they're actually on critical binding right now. And is that them crumbling? Whew, Sternsman crumbling. That's impressive. So you can see there's still a lot of power here. He's still got Warlock Engineer, he's still got the Plague Priest online, still got Lord Skrulk, and his two Hell Pits are still going. One of them very injured at this point, but still, he's got a lot of power. But then so do I. I've got some good cavalry, I've got Manfred, I've got the Mortis Engine. So, you know, I've still got some good tricks up my sleeve. So that's pretty good, but this isn't looking particularly secure just yet. It's still not looking great. But, you know, still got a load of zombies bogging this stuff down. Hell Pit, super damaged, getting some good damage on him with the Vargulf, and luckily, once again, the Hell Pit Abominations attacking other units, which is fantastic. So I'm getting a load of damage into the Hell Pit Abominations without having to take too much risk. So here, I actually come in with Manfred to try and finally get rid of this Plague Priest, because I saw the Hell Pit Abomination was chasing the Chlorine and Gash, so I thought I'd take that chance. But it took one too many hits, so it looks like he's been caught out a little bit. But he is quick, he's able to get out of there, and Varix Reavers are able to run in and just bowl over Lord Skrulk there. Keep him away from the rest of the fighting. Because if he was in here using Rod of Corruption a lot, that's going to be tough. You know, it's going to whittle down my health quite a lot. So one Hell Pit, very injured. Get a nice rear charge here. There's still some Clan Rats in here, just the summons, so they should terrify very quickly. Yep. So that's good news. And now Manny's going to charge in again. I'm going to use the Hell Pit that I'm attacking as cover to, you know, come in from that side and take him out, so that's great news. It does look like he has spewed out all of those Skaven slaves, so that's fine, they're just slaves, they're not going to last, you know, there we go, terrified already, almost instantly. So, it's odd, actually, Skaven slaves coming out of a Hell Pit Abomination, usually if you've managed to kill a Hell Pit, you've got some pretty serious stuff around there. So those Skaven slaves never really seem to do anything, so, oh well, I mean, I guess they're a free unit, right? But, still, you know, away they go. So here, managing to shatter some units now, chasing stuff with the Chlorine and Gash. Skrulk, he's fighting the Vargulf. Really want to get the Mortis Engine on him, because the Mortis Engine with his anti-infantry will do really well against Skrulk, and with his magic resist, he won't take much damage in kind, which is pretty great. So unfortunately, still some Clan Rats I need to chew through. Warlock Engineer, finally broken. That guy lasted far too long. I really should have sniped him out earlier, because that constant draining effect when he's in melee, which has been the entire battle, that damage has added up a lot, I'm sure. So, here, you know, Skrulk and the Hell Pit, still pretty dangerous. I'm nearing my healing cap on everything. Varix Reaver's still got some time to go, though. You know, they've still got some healing. And they do regenerate, so I don't have to babysit, so that's nice. So, you know, trying to charge into Skrulk with them. Keep him away a bit. because I don't want him joining the same fight. So also I think the Vargolf I'm going to turn away. Oh nope, don't need to. The Hell Pit Abomination decided to pick a different target, so that's pretty great for me. And you know, the Mortis Engine, I'm kind of happy for him to take some of the damage. He's still got some, you know, healing left, and I can get him away pretty easily, so that's alright. So I'm getting Manfred back in the air. I've still got some Graveguard, amazingly. The Sternsmen are gone, though. So here, Storm Vermin are coming in. So here, I'm going to charge them. So, you know, Manfred can break the charge, and the Claw and the Gash can get on them. Because that anti-infantry is going to work really well against the Graveguard. That Mortis Engine will do a lot of damage, as well as causing terror and just generally being a nuisance. So these guys probably won't last for very long, even though there are still 63 of them. So there we go, terror hitting. So pretty classic late game Skaven battle here, you know, with everything getting terrified. Pretty rough. So, you know, this Hell Pit Abomination, nearly gone, nearly gone. But I don't think his healing is procced yet, if he's going to get that. So I want him to break, basically. So I see his leadership is down. So I'm actually going to use what's it called, Doom and Darkness. So there we go, minus 14 leadership. That's going to make him break. And you see, he did get a load of health back, but he's not going to get the use out of it because I've broken him and now I can chase him off. So it's basically everything versus Skrulk and that one unit of Clan Rat Spears that's been loitering there for a little while. And some Skaven Slave Spears, so that'll be, yeah, anyway. So here, now I can just bully Skrulk. So Claw and Gash will do a ton of work to him. And he's not immune to psychology. So with his leadership low, with, you know, most of his army killed, yeah, he's just going to terrify away. So pretty textbook. I do love this matchup. It can be tough. It can be tough. I think the Monster Mash, it's kind of popular at the moment, but honestly, I don't think it's that great. I think the double Hell Pit thing, I think that's to counter, like, double Terrorgeists, but then why would you bring double Terrorgeists, you know, against Skaven? I don't know, it seems odd. It seems to counter something that I don't think needs countering, if you guys know what I mean. I think you're better off with artillery. And sort of gutter runners, you know, skirmishers and things like that. So that way you can whittle things down from range a bit, so you're not necessarily in range of terror. And also, if you've got enough skirmishers, you can do so much damage to bats as they fly in that your Warp Lightning Cannon won't be offline for too long. And then you can just snipe out enemy lords. You know, you get that Howling Warp Gale on it, get a Liber Bubonicus, and shoot at it with a couple of Warp Lightning Cannons, and yeah, Manfred's toast. And Manfred, I think, is definitely the popular choice in this matchup. Just for the amount of magic he can get. He can just keep summoning stuff, which is pretty great. So, yeah, definitely a fun one, though. So, guys, be sure to go check out DahvPlays. This is obviously game 1 in a best of 3, so expect another game tomorrow. So, it's pretty interesting. So, yeah, a lot of fun. So, guys, be sure to check out that, yeah, be sure to check out Dav. You know, once again, check out how awesome Varax Reavers do. Love these guys. And, yeah, I guess that's about it. So, guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.